Shalom Mashpaka. May peace, serenity, and prosperity be multiplied unto you all. Kalalaba ya bahasha mama shok ya washaba rakatonta wada bahala wa ya kalala ya the bar Mashpaka. Give a moment for YouTube to send the appropriate notification out, and to also allow those who will be tuning in to the live stream to have a second to enter in. We have a very interesting topic tonight that we will be covering. And we're going to take a deep dive into the scriptures. Yes, we're going to take a very deep dive into the scriptures concerning this matter. And the aim here is to be blessed by this word. One moment, please. All right. Shabbat Shalom. Patrick, welcome. Shabbat Shalom. And everybody else that's coming into the live stream, Shabbat Shalom. We're gonna have an interesting topic, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this topic. See, this topic is definitely needed because it's easy to forget. It's easy to forget the blessings that we have in store for us and the blessings we're operating under just being in truth. So the fact that you're in truth, that Yah chose you to know the scriptures as they are meant to be known, that's a blessing in itself. Shabbat Shalom, Keith Rogers, welcome. That's a blessing in itself. And I do ask everybody who's stepping into the live stream, wipe your feet on the rug and click the like button so this can go out to others and others may be blessed by this message. It's very easy to forget the blessings that we have. You know, this walk can be a challenge at times. And Hashatan, he wants us in our heads, right? He wants us in our heads. He wants us to operate in fear and in doubt. And 9 times out of 10, when you're having thoughts that are doubtful, thoughts that are fearful, it's a devil in your ear speaking to you. The choice is yours, though. Are you going to listen to such thoughts and emotions of fear, or are you going to choose to fight back and utilize the armor of Yah and the fruits of the Spirit to overcome such satanic propaganda. Patrick says, Con, this is true. It amazes me how much pushback I get when I mention something to somebody using scripture. Oh yeah. Yeah. The word is powerful. The word is that powerful. However, you gotta be wise on who you share your pearls with. Mashiach told us to not give what's holy to dogs and not cast our pearls to swine. So not everybody's meant to receive the truth. I mean, if they have pushback, if they fight against you with it, you just got to wipe your hands clean of them. Give not what's holy to dogs and don't cast your pearls before swine. In both situations, destruction can be a result. As Mashiach said, as Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. They'll turn again and rend you, and they'll trample all over your pearls, all over your gifts. They'll trample all over them like it's nothing. Yep, Khan, can you dust your feet off with them? Khan, exactly. Well, family, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get right to this blessing of the word. And if you have your Bibles, I encourage you to read along with me. We're going to start off in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, from the very beginning, from the top. We're going to Genesis, chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1, the very beginning. That's where we're going. That's where we're going tonight. We're starting from the very tip top. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. And it reads, in the beginning, Yah created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of Yah moved upon the face of the waters. And Yah said, and Yah said, and Yah said, let there be light. And there was light. I'm putting a lot of emphasis on what Yah said. This is from the very beginning, Mashpaka. Yah said, let there be light. And there was light. Shabbat Shalom, true follower. Welcome. He said, let there be light. Key word, he said. You're going to see why this is so impactful here in a moment. But I continue on here. And y'all saw the light, that it was good. And Yah divided the light from the darkness. And Yah called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And Yah said, and Yah said, and Yah said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And Yah made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament, and from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And Yah called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And Yah said, and Yah said, and Yah said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And Salakia. And Yah called, and Yah called, and Yah called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And Yah saw that it was good. Yah said, Yah called, Yah spoke, Yah identified, Yah said, Yah called. It's going to get put together here in a moment. Let's continue on with it. Verse 12. Salak, verse 11. And Yah said, let the earth bring forth grass. And Yah said, and Yah said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And it was so. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And Yah saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And Yah said, and Yah said, and Yah said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Yah made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser night, Salaki, the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And Yah set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Yah saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And Yah said, and Yah said, and Yah said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And Yah created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, every winged fowl after his kind. And Yah saw that it was good. Excuse me for a moment. One moment. Okay, so lock. I'm back. So we're at Genesis chapter 1, verse 22. And Yah blessed them, saying, and Yah blessed them, saying, and Yah blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And Yah said, and Yah said, and Yah said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And Yah made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And Yah saw that it was good. And Yah said, and Yah said, and Yah said, let us make man in our image. Let us make man in our image. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So we're going to pause right there for a moment. Mashpaka. Shalom JGD. Welcome. We're going to pause right there for a moment. This whole time, Yah was creating this planet that we inhabit currently called Earth. And with Yah in his creative mode, he spoke and it was so. He spoke and it was so. He spoke and it was so. And after he created all these things, he spoke and man became a living being. Not only did man become a living being, Yah spoke man to be made in Yah's image and have the likeness of Yah. And not only does man have the image and likeness of Yah, he also has dominion over all the creation that Yah has set forth. Yah says, okay, we're going to create man. We're going to make man after my image. We're going to create man to have my likeness. And we're going to create man to have dominion over everything I just created. I hope y'all are catching how powerful this is. You see, with us being the carbon copies, basically, of Yah, we have the same ability to speak and create as well. Patrick says, question. When Yah says our, is he referring to himself and angels? That's a good question. Yah is speaking as Allahayim. The Allahayim. When he said, let us make man in our image, he was speaking as the powers that he possessed. And you have to remember, and it's said and it's stated in further text, that the Holy Spirit was present with Yah at the time all of this was happening. Not only the Holy Spirit, but also Hamashiach. Hamashiach was actually the craftsman of everything that was created. Yah spoke, Hamashiach created. Okay, so he is referring to himself as plural or multiple entities. So Yah always gets the praise. He always gets the praise. Whether angels did something, Yah gets the praise. Because Yah is the ultimate head figure of everything that happens. So at the end of the day, Yah causes it to happen. So yeah, he gets the credit. He gets the credit. And more of this is spoken of in further text as far as Hamashiach being a craftsman in the creations of what Yah spoke into existence, as well as the Holy Spirit being the foundations of everything that's created. That's a whole different topic though. And if we delve in those scriptures, it'll take us off topic of where we're going with this. However, that is something I do encourage you, Patrick, to look more into. But we have to try to stay focused on the primary objective here. But yes, you did have Hamashiach present. You had the Holy Spirit present. You had the angels present. All of this is considered the Allahayim, the powers of Yah. No problem. I wanted to answer it to the best of my ability without going completely off subject. But all that can be put together, precept upon precept. Everything I'm saying can be put together, precept upon precept. It would just derail us from the subject matter at hand. But that was a good question. So man was created with the likeness of Yah. Man was created with the dominion over the creations of Yah. But man has forgotten that. And the ones who do remember that to an extent, they're corrupt. That's the wicked, Mashrakah, because we know that Yah gave over the world to the hand of the wicked. However, everybody on this live stream right now, this is our reminder that Yah spoke and it was made into existence. We can speak and put things in existence as well. And where I'm going with this goes into the battle of good and evil within ourselves. You can fight misfortune, or you can feed misfortune. You can fight success, or you can feed success. A lot of it has to do with your spoken word and with your innermost thoughts being made in the image and likeness of Yah. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of Yahweh, your Elohim, which I command you this day. And a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of Yahweh, your Elohim, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other gods, which ye have not known. Take heed to yourselves that your heart is not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. So that goes into what I was just talking about. So Yah says he sets before us this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if we take heed and obey to his commandments, and a curse if we go aside and do other things outside of his commandments. Mashbaka. That goes into your own speech and innermost thoughts. So when we follow the commandments, we're blessed. We're blessed when we follow those commandments, when we think upon those commandments and we live and operate in those commandments. This is how you encourage blessings in your life. And you said the audio got wacky when you said the scripture. All I heard was Deuteronomy. Well, I read several scriptures. You didn't hear any of it? I read several scriptures of Deuteronomy. It was at least 4 scriptures that I read. Put a 7 in the chat if you can hear me. Everybody who's tuned in right now, put a 7 in the chat if you can hear me. It was chapter 11. We read chapter 11, verse 26 through I'm sorry, Deuteronomy chapter 26, 27, 28, and 16, verse 16. Yeah, we jump back to 16 after that. Okay, I appreciate the 7s. So what was I saying? Yes, when we're following the commandments, we increase blessings in our lives. And Yah blesses us in ways we don't even think about. That's why we must continuously give prayer and thanks to him. Because a lot of us have our own ideas of blessings. We have our own ideas of blessings when 9 times out of 10, you're being protected by things you're not even aware about. Things are orchestrated and working in your favor without your complete knowledge of it. Just by us following Yah's commands and having a faith in Mashiach. Even as we speak right now, things are working in our favor that we're completely ignorant of, that's allowing us to be blessed. Never, I'm gonna tell y'all this here. Don't let the world define your blessings. Don't let the world define your blessings, because I'll tell y'all right now, this world is stupid. This world don't know nothing. This world is ignorant and wicked and reprobate. You can't let the world set any type of standard on your life. The standards of your life must be set by Yah. The world is ignorant, stupid, and reprobate. It's corrupt and full of foolishness. So you can't let the world set a parameter on your life, because once you do that, that's when Hashatan and the devils can really run game on you and manipulate you out of the blessings that Yah is working in your favor just by listening to him and having the faith in Mashiach. Patrick says, this is true. When I heard about Baltimore Bridge crashing, I thanked the Most High that I was not on a bridge collapsing. See, that was judgment for many of those people on that bridge. Y'all orchestrated it accordingly for all those people that were on the bridge at that time to be judged. That was judgment. And, all praises to the Most High that you wasn't on that bridge. Have you crossed that bridge often, Patrick? That's my question to you, since, you made that statement. Is that a bridge you've traveled often, being up there in that area? So, yeah, we can't let this world set standards on our blessings, set standard on our prosperity, because this world is very much foolish and reprobate. Here's the secret. As we speak, the world that we know is ending. So you damn sure don't want to listen to the standards and the doctrine and ideology of this world. The world that we know is ending. And those who are of this world, they're ending also. Already, Patrick. You haven't crossed that bridge? Okay, cool. Cool. But I'm going to get back to these scriptures here. Yah says, take heed to yourselves that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. And then Yahweh's wrath be kindled against you, and he shut up the heaven that there be no rain, and that the land yield not her fruit, unless ye perish quickly from off the good land which Yahweh giveth you. So that goes back to what I was saying about the people who unfortunately got caught up in the collapsing of that bridge. That was the work of the Most High. The Most High orchestrated it accordingly for all those specific people to be there at that specific time for that to happen. Yah is a man of war. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with this, and this is how powerful and fearful Yahweh is. Yahweh is very long suffering. So when the wicked are thriving, they're running amok doing their dirt and their foolishness, and it seems like they're just having the time of their life. Yah always catches them off guard. Always. And he's doing it every single day. Every single day the wicked's getting cut off, Mashpaka. All around this world, every single day the wicked's getting cut off. Just because you may not be seeing it around you, don't mean the Most High isn't out there carrying out judgment for the wicked. He's doing it every day. And as we see here in Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 17, it states it clearly. If you become deceived and you worship other gods and you chase after other gods, Yah's wrath will be kindled against you and you will perish quickly. Khan, true follower, Yah is in control of everything. He gets all the glory and praise every day for everything. Everything? Yes, everything. Because he's in control of it all. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 18. Therefore shall ye lay up these Salakia. Therefore shall ye lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes. So Yah gave us command here to always be thinking on his code. Because those who aren't thinking of his code are lining themselves up for judgment. You cannot get around the Most High. And when we start thinking pessimistically, and we start thinking negatively, and we start having fear and doubt, and we meditate on these things, guess what, Mashpaka? We're not meditating on the commandments. At that particular moment in time, we're taking heed to other gods, lesser gods, wicked gods, devils. We're taking heed to devils anytime we choose to be pessimistic, anytime we choose to be fearful, anytime we choose to be doubtful, anytime we feel sorry for ourselves, we are taking heed to lesser gods. Did we not just read Genesis chapter 1 where Yah said this and created that? Then he created man after saying, let us make man. And then he said, let us make man in our image and our likeness. And then he gave man dominion over all the face of the earth. So if we were made in the likeness of Yah and in the image of Yah, what the hell are we doing thinking with doubt, fear, and pessimistic attitudes? None of that is of Yah. Anytime we're meditating on self-doubt, we're also doubting Yah. Anytime we meditate on negative things, you meditate on your problems. You're thinking about all your problems. Guess what? You're neglecting Yah. You're neglecting Yah. You're thinking about all your struggles or your challenges, and you're sulking in them, and you're feeling bad for yourself because of these problems. You're neglecting Yah. Mashrakar, this is the raw and unfiltered truth of the matter. So when you give yourself over to that and you just accept such lower thoughts and lower forms of speech, you are worshiping other gods. You are worshiping devils in that moment. You are worshiping devils the moment you take your mind off of these laws, statutes, and commandments. You take your mind off of the almighty power that the Most High has blessed you with. The fact that you are a human being on his green earth that he made for you and I. The fact that you stop thinking about that and you stop thinking about how all powerful and almighty he is, to focus on the lies of Hasatan, telling you you're defeated, telling you that you can never come out of this situation, telling you that you'll never get better or you'll never be more prosperous than you are now. Anytime you have those thoughts take over, Mashkar, you are listening to Hashatan. Hashatan or one of his minions are in your ear running game on you and having you serve them instead of serving Yah. Again, Yah made us in his likeness. And he gave us dominion over everything he created. There is no way we cannot be meditating on his code when he made us with such power. He made us to have such power. You speaking negatively. You speaking pessimistically. You speaking with despair. Don't you know that your words create? As we saw Yah using words to create. All praises to the Most High. Patrick says, thank you. I needed to hear this. I tend to be neurotic and get wrathful at times. Well, I'm glad the moment of truth is being revealed to you about your folly, Patrick, because we all are susceptible to this folly. And this is why it needs to be spoken on. This is why this great reminder has to be set this Shabbat. So the Most High says, think about my commandments. Think about how I blessed you. You have no other business thinking any less. You have no other business being fearful. Anytime you have such negative attitudes and pessimistic states of mind, and you start speaking these things, you need to combat it. You need to combat it with remembering who you are in Mashiach. Remembering who you are in the image of Yah, in the eyes of Yah. You got to be very careful of what you're speaking to yourself and what you're speaking out loud, because they both take effect. What you speak to yourself and what you speak out loud will conjure up itself into existence. Proverbs 18:20. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. We just read Yah doing the same thing. In the very beginning, Yah did the same thing, did he not? In the very beginning, Yah did this very same thing that Malak Shalamah just spoke of in Proverbs 18:20. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. It didn't say with the decrease of his lips. It said with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. So with this being said, why are you speaking and meditating on anything that sets woes inside your spirit? That's not speaking and meditating with increase. That's speaking and meditating in decrease. So therefore you won't be filled. Proverbs 18:20. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. You're supposed to be speaking power, abundance, and prosperity that Yah gives willfully when you follow his laws and when you have faith in Mashiach. It says, with the increase of your lips shall you be filled. With the fruits of your mouth shall you be satisfied. So what are those fruits going to be? We're going to choose that every day. Every day we're going to choose that, because why? We were made with the likeness of the Most High. The Most High spoke and it was so. That's one of our characteristics. We speak and it is so. So every second counts, whether you're speaking it aloud or you're speaking it to yourself. Your innermost thoughts count as well. So this is why, Mashpakah, we must examine ourselves and prove whether we be in the faith. Because if you're not speaking within the code of Yah, if you're not thinking within the code of Yah, then you're not in the faith during that moment. You are not in the faith if you're speaking negative, if you're speaking contrary to the code of Yah, if you're speaking contrary to the faith of Mashiach. You are paying homage to devils, Mashpakah. And this is how Mashpakah, this is how devils finesse you into curses. This is how the devils finesse you out of your blessings to where you see misfortune manifest itself in your life. Why? Because you're not speaking and thinking within the code and faith. You're not speaking and thinking within the code of Yah, and you're not speaking and thinking within the faith of Mashiach. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Again, we started this whole lesson out with the beginning. Genesis chapter 1 from the top. Yah spoke and it was so. We speak and it is so. One way or the other is going to manifest itself just from us speaking and thinking. Why? Because it is a trait that we have inherited from the Most High. It is a trait that we have inherited from the Most High, being created in his image and after his likeness. So every time you get sorry for yourself, you want to pout, moan, and complain, you better remember this lesson. Because when you're pouting, when you're crying, and you're complaining, you're not within the will of Yah. You're taking heed to devils, and you're working against yourself in such meditations. Now, because we're in this flesh, it's going to have times where we're sad, right? We're sad, or we're discouraged. But we must stay combating such foolish emotions and the thoughts and words that may come out with such emotions. We must stay combating them with the code of Yah and the faith of Mashiach. Because when we think of the will of Yah and the faith of Mashiach, it's power, it's life. It's power and life. And it's how we overcome and we defeat such mishaps, such game that these devils like to run. Didn't Mashiach give us power over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy? As stated in Luke chapter 10:19. Mashiach said, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. And nothing by any means shall hurt you. So you're giving that power away anytime you're meditating on pessimism. Anytime you're meditating on difficult challenges in your life. You meditating on challenges. Oh man, if only it was this way. If only this didn't happen or that didn't happen. Man, shut the hell up. Get it together and get into the power and strength of the Most High. That's what you need to do. How often are we rebuking ourselves, Mashbaka? You got everybody in the faith wanting to rebuke this and rebuke that, but they never rebuke themselves. That is a time to rebuke yourself when you're thinking in such lesser fate, Salakia, in such lesser states. When you're in such lesser states of mind, that is a time to rebuke yourself. Hold on, the scriptures are going to tell it. The scripture is going to tell it. Romans chapter 8, verse 4. That the righteousness of the law might be filled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. All your pessimism, all your worries, all your doubts, all your woes, that's of the flesh. That's of the flesh. Recognize them, acknowledge them, and then put them in subjection. Mashbaka. Recognize when you're thinking in the flesh in such a lower nature and put it in check with the Spirit, with the will of Yah and the faith of Mashiach. What did Mashiach tell us in Luke 19 again? He said, behold, I give unto you power to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. And nothing by any means shall hurt you. If you can't remember anything else from this full course meal of a lesson, if you can't remember anything else, you better remember that. And the next time you find yourself sulking in your own self-pity, you need to be repeating that over and 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 over until you get out of it. Until you get out of that state of mind. That's how you combat these things, Mashbaka. That's how you get in the spirit, Mashbaka. That is how you combat these things. Continuing on with the scripts. Romans 8:5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. Romans 8:6. For to be carnally minded is death. For to be carnally minded is death. For to be carnally minded is death. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So when you choose to meditate on your doubts and worries and your fears, you're choosing to be carnally minded, mashpaka. Because doubts, worries, and fears is not of the will of Yah. Is not of the faith of Mashiach. Mashiach said what in Luke 10:19? Behold, I give unto you power to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. And nothing by any means, nothing by any means, nothing by any means shall hurt you. Meditating on that is being spiritually minded, mashpaka. Meditating on your woes, your doubts, your fears, that's being carnally minded, which will encourage death in your life. Hey, this is what Yah is telling us. What he say? What he say? Romans 8:6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Carnally minded is death. Spiritually minded, life and peace. This is how you overcome, mashpaka. If you're going through whatever challenges you're going through, this is how you overcome them, by being spiritually minded. Romans chapter 8:7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yah. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yah. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yah. For it is not subject to the law of Yah, neither indeed can be. So yes, your thoughts of fear, worry, and doubt is carnal. Carnality isn't just about pleasures. Carnality is anything against Yah. Fear, doubts, worries, depression, anxiety, all that is not in the will of Yah. All of that is the will of devils. It's not the will of Yah, it's the will of devils. Therefore, it is carnality. So with us being in these fleshly vessels, we all are susceptible to them, but we've been given power to tread over such serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. We've been given power. We're empowered to tread over such mishaps, such folly. We tread over it, meaning we overcome it, we conquer it. We have that power to overcome and conquer. Because the more you're thinking on that pessimism, the more you're thinking on those doubts, fears, and woes and anxieties, the more you're giving heed to devils. What did it say? Romans 8:7, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yah. For it is not subject to the law of Yah, neither indeed can be. You cannot be within the will of Yah feeling sorry for yourself. You are forfeiting all your power when you're feeling sorry for yourself. When you're submitting to the challenges of this fallen world. When you're submitting to the pressures of Babylon. You can't be within the will of Yah, submitting to that. At that very moment when you're sulking in your own self-pity and you're meditating on your doubt, worries, and woes, you are not within the will of Yah. You're in the will of Hasatan. Romans 8 and 8. So then that are in the flesh cannot please Yah. We can't please Yah if we're feeling sorry for ourselves. I said we can't please Yah if we're feeling sorry for ourselves. Don't worry, we're going to let Mashiach tell it. We're going to let Mashiach tell it. Red letter. Matthew chapter 12, verse 34. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, for out of the abundance of the heart, for out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Taking it back to Genesis, Yah spoke and it was so. Yah spoke and it got created. Then Yah said, man, let's make man in my image. Let man have my likeness. And with him being made in my image and my likeness, he's going to have dominion over everything I created. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. A man's belly shall be satisfied by the fruits of his mouth, and the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Not the decrease of his lips, not the decrease of your speech, the increase of your speech. Your speech being spoken in the language of the Spirit. Your speech being spoken in the Spirit, not the flesh. Your speech being spoken with the increase. Your speech being spoken within the Spirit. Your speech being spoken with life and peace, not death. That's all you're going to get out of pessimism and negativity and self-doubt. Doubt in general, worries and woes. That's all death. That's what's killing folks. Because it's death. It's carnality. Speak life. Meditate on life. Meditate on life more abundantly. We got the keys right here. We got the keys right here. I said we got the keys right here. Luke 10:19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread over serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy. I said I give you power to tread over serpents and scorpions. I said I give you power to tread over serpents and scorpions. I said I give you power to tread over serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, over all carnality, over all death. Nothing by any means shall hurt you. I said nothing by any means shall hurt you. I said nothing by any means shall hurt you. Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified. For by thy words thou shalt be justified. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Huh? That was from Mashiach himself. Behold, I give unto you power to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing by any means shall hurt you. Why are you tripping? You're doubting the power of Yah? You're doubting the power of Yah. You want to focus on a lesser situation. You want to focus on lesser entities, lesser gods. Okay, you're not going to please the Father that way. I said, behold, I give unto you power to tread over serpents and scorpions. I said, I gave you power over serpents and scorpions. I said, I gave you power over all demonic entities and wickedness. I gave you power over all that. How can you trip if I gave you power over all of that? To tread over all of that. I said, nothing by any means shall hurt you. I said, nothing by any means shall hurt you. Luke 10:19. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yah must believe that he is. For he that cometh to Yah must believe that he is. For he that cometh to Yah must believe that he is. And that he is a rewarder. He is a rewarder. He is a rewarder to those who diligently seek him. Who diligently seek him. I said he a rewarder to those who diligently seek him. So, again, how can you give your own worries, your own woes, your stresses, and your anxiety more honor and more power than this right here? But without faith, it's impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yah must believe that he is. And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. How do you diligently seek the Father when you have the flesh start working its fleshly matter of having you meditate in stress, anxieties, worries, and woes, and doubts and fears? Meditate on the precept. You can fight all that with one powerful precept. Luke 10:19. Luke 10:19. I've been given power to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing by any means shall hurt me. Personalize it. Mashiach gave me power over serpents and scorpions, over all the power of the enemy. Nothing shall hurt me. You get to worrying, you get full of fear and anxiety. I've been given power to tread over all of this. Nothing shall hurt me. That is speaking with the increase of your lips, Mashpaka, by the way of this sword. By the way of this sword, you're speaking with the increase of your very own lips. Anytime you start meditating on pessimistic thoughts, thoughts of anxiety, stress, worry, woe, and fear, I've been given power over all of this. Nothing by any means shall hurt me. I've been given power to tread over serpents and scorpions. Nothing by any means shall hurt me. I've been given the power. I've been given the power to tread over serpents and scorpions, and nothing by any means shall hurt me. That's how you fight it off, Mashpaka. You got to think and speak in that manner. Now, be wise with that. Be wise with that. Don't be doing that in front of a whole bunch of people and have them think you're crazy and they end up trying to commit you to a psych ward or something. Don't do that. Everything I just said can be translated to thought. If you're by yourself, you can do that, but I wouldn't suggest you do that around a whole bunch of other people. But that's how you fight such demonic activity, because that's all that is at the end of the day, Mashpaka. Self-pity is demonic activity. Self-doubt, worries, woes, fears, anxiety, all that's demonic. It's devils. It's devils getting you to worship them. Because at that moment when you're giving in to all that, you're serving devils and you're not serving Yah. Why? Because Yah created you after his likeness. He spoke and it was so. He gave us dominion over all his creation. And Mashiach further solidified that and said, hey, I give you power to tread over serpents and scorpions. I give you power to tread over all the enemy. Hey, the enemy's Yah's creation too, right? Yeah. These devils and stuff, yeah, Yah created them. We got dominion over them too. Breaking news. We have dominion over devils too. Yeah. Devil want to appear and start manipulating stuff in your environment. You better tell it to get the hell out of here. Boss, Shema Mashiach Yahweh. It's that serious. It's that serious. They start knocking stuff over in your house. Hey, you better tell her to get up out of here. You're under whose authority? Mashiach. That's how real this is. But if you ever see that, Mashmakar, you really need to do some self-examination, because devils don't appear like that unless Yah got beef with you. Those videos of paranormal activity and stuff, that don't happen unless Yah really got some beef with you. So if you ever see paranormal activity like that in your living space or in your environment, you need to really consult with the Most High and get right. But I was using that as an example of that's how much authority and dominion we have, being made in the image and likeness of Yah. So much so that when we speak, it shall be. Whether we speak life or death, it shall be. Second Samuel, chapter 22, verse 33. Yah is my strength and power. He maketh my way perfect. Here's another simple scripture you can use to combat such lesser energy, such lesser thoughts, such lesser meditations. This is another simple scripture here. 2 Samuel 22, verse 33. Yah is my strength and power. He making my way perfect. Yah is my strength. Yah is my power. He makes my way perfect. I've been given power to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing shall hurt me. Yah is my strength and power. What? Yah is my strength and power. Mashmakar, y'all hearing this? Yah has made himself available to be our strength and power. Are y'all hearing that? Man, I need to see some sevens in this chat. I need to see some sevens with flames lit up in this chat right now. I need to see some sevens and flames lit up in this chat for 2 Samuel 22 and 33. Yah is my strength and power. He making my way perfect. Man, light this chat up with sevens and flames. Yes. Con. Yes. That's how powerful and that's how big of a deal this is. Real talk. That's how big of a deal this is. Yah has made himself available to be our strength and power. Yah has made himself available to be our strength and power. So when you find the flesh taking over and putting you in such weak, submissive meditations of anxiety, worries, and woes, you got to check that quickly because it's all a lie. Why? Because Yah has made himself to be our strength and power. The creator of everything in existence has made himself available to be our strength and power. I don't think y'all understand the magnitude of that. I don't think y'all understand the magnitude of that. The most infinite, all powerful, all knowing entity of this entire universe has made himself available to be our strength and power. Hey, you can rightfully brag, hey, the Most High, my strength and power. Yeah, the Most High is my strength. The Most High is my power. What power you got? The Most High. What? The Most High. How strong are you? The Most High. Yeah, I got the Most High strength. What? Man, hey, I really don't think y'all get how much of a big deal this is. 2 Samuel 22:33. Yah is my strength and power. He makes my way perfect. He makes my way perfect. Yah is my strength and power. He makes my way perfect. He does what now? He makes my way perfect. So whatever challenges you may be going through, guess what? Yah is your strength. Yah is your power. And he makes your way perfect. You just got to have the faith. As Hebrews 11:6 said, without faith, it's impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yah must believe that he is, and that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Guess what? You're diligently seeking him when you combat such foolish thoughts of pessimism, of anxiety, of worries, of woes, and fear. When you combat such foolishness with the scriptures, meditating on the scriptures, meditating on what Yah has made available for us, guess what? You're diligently seeking him. And therefore you will be rewarded. Call Allah Yah, call Allah Yah, Halawayah. Yah is our strength and power. He makes our way perfect. So all these challenges you might have right now, guess what? They shall be defeated with such concentration. No matter what you're going through, it will be defeated. It shall be defeated with such concentration. Why? Because the Most High is your strength and power. Huh? The Most High is your strength and power. 2 Samuel 22:33. Yah is my strength and power. Yah is my strength and power. He making my way perfect. Con. Hey, that's where they get it from. They corrupt the holy knowledge from Yah. They corrupt it and make it into their own doctrine. It's corrupted knowledge. So yeah, that law of attraction mess, man, people can get the hell out of here with that mess. That ain't nothing but soothsaying and sorcery. It's the doctrine of devils. This is the true knowledge that we're going through right here. This is where they plagiarize the information. What we're talking about right now, Mashbuka, they plagiarized it from our manuscript, from our holy manuscript. We're covering it right now, but they plagiarized it and call it the law of attraction. And they deal with it with devils. They don't deal with it with Yah. They deal with it with the devils, and they pay homage to Yah's creation, the universe. They don't pay homage to the Most High. They pay homage to the creation, which is the universe. That's why such people who are giving in to such doctrine say, oh, the universe this, the universe that. Nah, shut the hell up. All that's folly. We're getting the knowledge in its purest form right now. Philippians chapter 4, verse 4. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Be careful for nothing, but in everything, with prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yah. So that goes back to Hebrews 11:6. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. So you can go to Yah, you can pray to Yah, but if you go on with Yah without any faith, then you're working backwards. So when Akshal was talking about prayer and supplication and thanksgiving, making your requests be known to Yah, you got to do it with faith. And part of that faith is knowing that Yah is your strength and power. And he makes your way perfect. 2 Samuel 22:33. Part of that faith is knowing that Mashiach has given us power to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. And nothing by any means shall hurt us. Luke 10:19. Philippians 4:7. And the peace of Yah, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Mashiach Yahushua. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good rapport, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. So we got another key there. That's everything positive and righteous. Positive and righteous. That's how our mentality should be throughout each and every day. Mashpakah. This should be our daily meditation. Positivity and righteousness should be our daily meditation, not our woes, fears, and anxieties and worries. See, Babylon wants you thinking about woes, worries, doubts, and foolishness and debauchery. That's what Babylon wants you thinking. That's what this world wants you thinking of. But Yah wants you thinking on things of positivity and righteousness. Things of his will. Things of his will. Things that are positive and righteous. That's how you sum up everything that was just listed here by Akshab. He says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good rapport, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. So if there be any virtue and any praise, think on those things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me do, and the Alahayim of peace shall be with you. But I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me hath flourished again, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. Why? Because the Most High is in control. Be content because the Most High is in control. And just know that the Most High is your power and that you will be in victory. No matter what it is, be content and know. Be still and know that Yah is who he is. Yah is your strength and power, and he'll make your way perfect. Philippians 4:12. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. So we must be content and know that Yah is who he is. Yah is our strength and power, and he makes our way perfect. And we've been given power over the enemy, right? We've been given power over the enemy. Nothing by any means shall hurt us. Yah is in control ultimately. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Mashiach, which strengthens me. Man, we got another one there. So far, we got Luke 10:19, 2 Samuel 22:33, and Philippians 4:13. These are three simple precepts you can meditate on anytime that foolishness pops its head up and finessing you to speak death upon your life. No, you combat these states of the flesh. You combat them with the spirit. I can do all things through Mashiach who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. I've been given power to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing by any means shall hurt me. Luke 10:19. Yah is my strength and power. He makes my way perfect. 2 Samuel 22:33. I challenge everybody who's listening, memorize at least one of those three. Memorize at least one of those three. And anytime you find the carnal nature of your vessel given over to the lesser states of being, doubt, negativity, pessimism, worry, woes, anxiety, stress, start repeating that precept to yourself over and over and over and over and over and over until you defeat such lesser states of being. Again, you have Luke 10:19, 2 Samuel 22:33, or Philippians 4:13. Choose one of them and memorize it to the fullest. And use that anytime you fall into such foolishness of the flesh, to where you got devils running game in your ear. Just picture it this way, Mashbuka. When you're thinking as such, you got devils macking in your ear. And I really want the Akim to look at it this way, especially. Anytime you're giving in to your woes, you got a devil macking in your ear like you some little girl, like you some female. You better fight that accordingly. Come on. Patrick put it in the chat for everybody to write it down. Luke 10:19, 2 Samuel 22:33, and Philippians 4:13. Man, matter of fact, meditate on that all this Shabbat. Meditate on those three all this Shabbat until it becomes part of your being. Write it down as much as you need to until you have at least one of those memorized. So when it gets down to it and you get into this fleshly nature and you got devils macking in your ear, you can elbow them the hell out your ear. I'm telling you, I especially want all the Akim to look at it that way. Anytime you feeling sorry for yourself, you got a dang devil seducing you. You got a damn devil smacking you in your ear. as if you some female. No, 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 you gonna fight. In a real case scenario like that, if another man come up on you, you throwing some hands. You better throw some damn hands. You better be throwing some hands. That's the quickest way to fight this off. You got to see it as a complete violation to your existence. Anytime you're sulking in self-pity, you're sulking in doubt against yourself, you're sulking in defeat, you're sulking in worry and anxiety. No, you got to fight that off accordingly. Because at the end of the day, it's devils. It's devils soothsaying you to speak death and to accept death in your life. No, we fight through the spirit. We fight through the spirit and we increase in life and peace. So there y'all have it. Luke 10:19, 2 Samuel 22:33, and Philippians 4:13. You need to memorize at least one of those. And anytime this corruptible flesh fall into that damn folly, you fight it off accordingly by repeating that precept to yourself over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you out of it. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. We fight in the spirit like some lions. Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I am your Elohim. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. What did Yahweh say? Fear thou not. Don't worry. Don't doubt. What you're anxious for? I'm with you. I said I'm with you. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I am thy Elohim. I'm your strength and power. I said I'm your strength and power. I will strengthen you. Yeah, I will help you. Yeah, and I will uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness. You better not be afraid. I said I'm with you. I said I'm with you. You better not be afraid. Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy Elohim. I'm your power. I'm your strength. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness. And why shall we not be fearful and doubtful? Why? We're going to solidify it right here. Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So here's the thing, Mashpaka. When we decide to be fearful and worried and full of anxiety and full of doubt and we start being seduced with defeat, seduced by these devils, bringing us to these lower levels of meditation. The Most High is about ready to kill us when we give ourselves over to such things. What did he say here in 21:8? But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Now, last Shabbat, we talked about Moses, right? Remember, the Most High was ready to kill Moses because Moses was acting scary. Was he not? Yeah, we covered that last week. The Most High was ready to take Moses out of here because Moses was acting scary to the assignment that he gave him. And Moses was doubting the power of the Most High. And the Most High was personally hooking Moses up with all those power-ups. I'll do this for you. I'll do that for you. You'll have this and you'll have that. And Moses was still acting scary, full of doubt and fear of the assignment. That is death, Mashbakar. Such carnality, such fleshly natures of fear, worry, anxiety, and doubt, that's of devils. That's the seduction of devils. You must fight it with everything in you. And we fight it with the sword of the Spirit. If you don't take anything else from this lesson, take Luke 10:19, 2 Samuel 22:33, and Philippians 4:13, and meditate on them and learn them this Shabbat. I hope everybody who tuned in to this lesson wholeheartedly was blessed, and I hope you're further empowered in your walk in truth from this message. And with all that being said, may peace, serenity, and prosperity be multiplied unto you all. Shabbat Shalom.